Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to Ask the Pediatricians Live. It's another live video today, and we're sure you're happy to be here. I'm sure you've shared the videos. If you're just joining in, please share the videos so that your friends would learn a thing or two from us. Dr. Boyede is here again today to attend to all your questions related to your child. Dr. Boyede, good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, Vera. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all join us this morning. It's another beautiful day for Ask the Pediatricians Live, and we're so excited. So kindly share the video and kindly join us as we begin the program, and you have the opportunity to ask your questions and in the comments, and then we'll be able to take them. Today is another form of an open house, so we don't have any specific topic, so you can ask any questions that you would like us to address. So as we start, I will encourage everyone to please share this video on your page, on your own personal timeline, make it public so that all your friends and family can join us as well. Good morning, welcome.
Okay, Dr. Boyede, welcome. Thank you so much for always availing yourself. Giving us this opportunity to ask questions and then you answer our questions. I think this is a huge privilege. Spending your 1 hour every Saturday, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, our friends. Today is open house. So open house, what we do is that we attend to all of your questions. Dr. Boyede will take every question that drops in here live. That's a promise within the hours of 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. So Dr. Boyede is here for us. Those of us joining in, we can't see you sharing the videos. Please share the videos, get your friends here. It's best to start early so we don't have repeat of questions. I'll just talk about what we do on Ask the Pediatricians Foundation. We have a Facebook group where we answer questions. So we would like you to join us and enjoy what we're doing. Just go on Facebook, type on search Ask the Pediatricians, and then you will come on our group. Our group has a membership of over 500,000 because, of course, on Facebook we see where some groups are cloned. So ours is a group that has over 500,000 people. Join us, ask your questions there. Dr. Boyede and the moderators will be ready to attend to you and all our other professionals. But for ATP Live, what we'll do is that we answer all your questions live. So you go on, type your questions. Yes, we can see Temitagon Johnson. Hello to you, you're welcome. Khadijat Karim, you're welcome. Okay, that was me. I was saying you should share the videos and all of that. Dr. Oge, it's good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Nello. Thank you for joining. Nello and others, if you have any question concerning your child, whatever it is, stooling, headaches, stomach pain, and everything, Dr. Boyede is here live and direct, and she will give answers to all of your questions. And then also our moderators, please go on the watch party and check for questions. I'm almost certain that some people are watching on the watch party and then they drop in their questions there. Viewers, this is just for you to understand. If you drop your questions on the watch party, we may not see those questions, except, of course, our moderators move the questions to the live show. So what you need to do, go on the group page. Get on the exact video and drop your questions there. We'll be ready and willing to attend to them. Okay, I think we have questions already, Dr. Boyede. So let's start up with additional. I think someone has the question.
Okay, but before we go on, Vera, I just want to quickly bring up something, because this is an opportunity to talk to mothers and to talk to especially those of us from Nigeria. And there was a little bit of, I saw a lot of viral posts last week about immunizations, and I saw that most of the people that were posting those had some kind of misconception about the Nigerian program of immunization. And I think somebody actually put up a post about maybe the government is stopping immunization after 1 year or things like that, or that you have to pay and all that. So there was a lot of misconception, and sometimes people just repost things without really taking time to, yes, to understand. So I really made effort to reply because somebody tagged me and I tried to respond to that. Okay, but basically just to educate the Nigerians, every country has its own program of immunization and what they call their own national program of immunization, which Nigeria has. For each country, they try to prioritize, even though you are getting immunization free. I want us to remember that immunization is actually being paid for. Somebody is actually paying for it. There's no free lunch anywhere. So even though you get the immunization free, the government is paying for it. And so, but what the government does is to prioritize what they think are the important and the one that they can afford. And that's basically what they do. So what you have in the Nigerian program of immunization, which ends at 9 months, are what the government is able to afford and pay for. And of course, we, the pediatricians and the Pediatric Association of Nigeria, we're really working hard with the Nigerian government to see how we can extend those immunization schedules. So there are some immunizations that are not on the national program, which we are hopeful and we're working towards. And already the government has been doing a lot. So some of you know that there was a time that pneumococcal vaccine was not available on the national program, but now you all get pneumococcal vaccines for free almost everywhere in Nigeria now. And now rotavirus is also being gradually rolled out in some states. Not all the states have rotavirus vaccine free, but some states, I'm sure some others listening to me know they got theirs for free. So the government is usually, when you introduce new vaccine, you roll it out. You don't start giving all the states at the same time. So that's what is happening. So, but there are still some immunizations like MMR, measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, like chickenpox vaccine, that are not yet on the national program, which means, but those vaccines are available because the manufacturers they are also in the country as well, so they can sell it and you can buy it if you want to, but it is not going to be given to you for free. And some health centers actually help you. If you want it, they will arrange for the company to bring it for you, but you pay for it. So I think it's a lot of misinformation. That post that was circulating around about government stopping vaccine after 1 year and all that, it is actually a lot of misinformation. And our own goal on Active Pediatrician is to make sure that you have the right information. We should commend our government. This is not very easy. Wow. The vaccines are quite expensive. And one thing that I would like to say, because somebody was, people were like, why and all that, is that even those ones that are available for free, you'll be shocked that not everybody is taking the vaccines. And that is one of the reasons why it is difficult for the government. And, we have a lot of partners that work with government when it comes to vaccines, organizations like Gavi and the rest of them, Global Alliance on Vaccines and Immunizations. But they will only assist your government if they can see that the uptake of vaccine and the number of people that go for those vaccines are quite many. So if I know some of you are like, oh, is there anybody that don't go for immunization? You'll be shocked that our immunization coverage, actually, if we do what we call DPT3, that's the Penta 3 now, the coverage for the whole country is just less than about 33%. That means that only about 30% of eligible children who should take that vaccine take it up to the third one, and that's the one that is given at 14 weeks. So you can imagine. So some people will start well, but most people don't end up giving the third dose of Penta. So, and that is one of the reasons why we are struggling, because our immunization coverage is quite low. Even in Lagos, it's not 100%. So there are people that don't even give immunization to their children. So we can't be talking about increasing the number of vaccines and giving so many vaccines when the one we have available for free are not yet being taken by some mothers. So if you are one of those mothers who don't go for immunization, so you are one of the people that are slowing us down from having more vaccines. So I want to encourage everyone of us, please. And if you get this kind of information, please avoid forwarding information that you have not verified. And please, the best people to verify such information are the professionals working in the field. I was happy the person tagged me, knowing that I'm a pediatrician, and I was able to address it and I was happy that even the National Primary Health Care Developmental Agency, which is the parastatal of the government, that is in charge of vaccine, is a arm of the one of the predecessors under the Ministry of Health. They immediately have to respond, and they have to, because people, there are lots of politics. We don't play politics with health. There are a lot of health issues. I know that some of people are not happy with the current government and all that, but when it comes to health issue, we should just take it out of politics. So the government will never stop immunization. The government is actually looking for how to extend the coverage. And to be honest, the government is working hard. In the last few years, we've added new vaccines, pneumococcal vaccines available. We now have the injectable polio vaccines in some states. We now have rotavirus in some states. And I know the government is working hard to do more. So we should appreciate what we have first and make sure we go for all of them. If our immunization coverage is 80% or 100%, all the other partners will be very excited to help us get the other vaccines. So this is the information that I have from mothers and fathers that are watching me from Nigeria, or most likely most of you may have seen that post, and I just want to correct that misinformation. All right, thank you so much. We can now go back to ATP questions. I think we have had so many questions dropped now. We'll just quickly take them one by one. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so we have from additional Temitayo, Temi G. Good morning, my amiable doctor and moderator. My baby has completed the EBF, and I gave him Cerelac now. I want to do PAP for him, Oka Baba and soya beans. I hope it is good for him. 6 months, 3 weeks. I have tried to get the unit on Facebook, but I didn't get it.
Exactly, because I know that, Temitayo, you've asked us this question previously. Anyway, thank you so much for being one of our most faithful viewers, because I see you every week, and that's very reassuring that there are people that have taken ATP life as something they must not miss every Saturday. Please try and recruit more members. So if you're having issues with getting to the unit, I think some of you, depending on the device you are using, maybe whether you have a Facebook app, or you are going through it on your browser. But the best way to get to our unit is if you use your laptop. It's very, very easy. If you use a laptop and you go to Ask the Pediatrician Facebook group, you will see the menu section, and unit is one of those is in those unit sections. So once you click on it, you immediately go, you will see unit 1, you will see unit 2, you will see unit 3, and I'm still planning to add more units. So if you can get a laptop, that will be the best for you. Second best is to download the Facebook app. If you download the Facebook app, then you'll be able to also quickly save it as well. For browser, I think I think it may not be easy. And then if you even download the Facebook app, it has to make sure that you have your Facebook app updated, because these things are updated from time to time. So if you are still using the old app and all that, because I know some people use their phone that are not very supportive of some of these things. If you are using a phone that maybe doesn't have a very good memory and all that, then you may not be able to see some of these features. But if you go on your Facebook app or on the laptop best, then you'll be fine. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Brady. Nello Chinedu Oziomena says, my baby don't suck breast since birth. Does it have any effect on him? Okay. I'm sure Dr. Brady will want to ask you why. Why did the baby not suck breast, and how old is the baby you're talking about? So while we wait, Nello Chinedu, you may need to answer those questions. Okay, Dr. Brady is here. Dr. Brady, she's saying her baby hasn't sucked breast since birth, and she wants to know if it has any effect.
Yeah, how old is your baby now? Of course, there are babies that are not breastfed at all. That people don't breastfeed. So it is just that those babies are at risk. We are not saying those babies will die or that those babies will not survive, but research has shown that those babies are at risk of infections and all the other benefits of breastfeeding. That baby may not get it. And research has also shown that the IQ of those who are breastfed is actually like about 2 points higher than those who are not breastfed. So your baby may be fine and may not have any issue, but it's just that the risks of all the benefits of breastfeeding have been lost on your baby. But I guess it's too late. But if you tell me the age of your baby, if your baby is still less than a year, you can still restart your breastfeeding. But if your baby is not, I mean, if you have stopped breastfeeding and all that, there's nothing you can do right now. But if your baby is still in
Yeah.
the new, is still a young infant, you can still start, you can see your pediatrician or your matron, the nurses, they can help you reestablish lactation. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Beride. Olufumi Khadija at Jigbe. Okay. She's asking on behalf of Amaka Jacinta. Good morning, ma'am. A 1-year-old and 2 months baby that's stool watery stool 2 or 3 times a day. Is it good?
I don't know what you mean by 2 or 3. I mean, there's nothing good about having watery stool. So watery stool should not be good. And by definition,
Yeah.
watery stool 3 times a day is diarrhea. So if a child has watery stool 3 times in a 24-hour period, that's diarrhea. And that is not a good thing for the child to have. So you need to, the question you should ask yourself is, why is the child having diarrhea? I mean, three. So it depends on what kind of diarrhea the child is having. Is it like the child is having the infectious kind of diarrhea, or does it have to do with the food you are giving? Is it that the child has maybe food intolerance? Maybe this the kind of food you are giving that the child is intolerant of or allergic to. So we need to know which one. But whatever is the case, I would encourage that you should see a pediatrician first, because that child needs to be further evaluated. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Boyede. Okay, this is from Doris Osakola. I'm sure she dropped this on the watch party. Good morning, ma'am. Please, is there anything or drug I can give to my son for his eyes to be bright or white? Hello. Also, he also has a rush that have refused to go. What can I do?
Okay, so as a pediatrician, reading behind the lines of what you're saying, I think your baby most likely is one of those people with atopy. You know, atopy is a condition where the children have some kind of allergic reaction. So they could have rashes, they could have dull brownish because they have the atopic conjunctivitis, which make their eyes not to be so bright or brown, and they itches a lot, and they could also have rashes. And without having much information from you, but I think that's where you're going. So the best thing is and that's why you say the rash is not going, because atopic dermatitis or rashes from such kind of thing tends to worse and wane. They're always coming and going, and the children's eyes are always brown. So some children will also have asthma, they will have breathing fast and all that. So they have what we call the atopic match. So what you need to see your pediatrician. Number one, there's nothing wrong. Number one, these bright and white eyes. Not everybody will have white sclera. I think we need to get that very clear, because I see mothers asking me a lot of that. So our eye color, the white part of our eyes, some people's own are very white, some people's own are a little bit not so white, maybe tinge blue or tinge a little bit brown. But if your child is having a lot of itching of the eyes and all that, then most likely it's from the allergic conjunctivitis and what we call vernal conjunctivitis, and it will resolve with time. If you are worried about, especially if the itching is quite much, you can see the ophthalmologist. They can give some steroid eye drops that could help, but you have to see them first. Please don't go and buy it by yourself. And also the same thing for the rashes. The best thing is to avoid products that could make the child itch, or that they could react to. So we always say go for what we call hypoallergenic product, or basically natural products, things that don't have too much of chemicals. So things like your basic Vaseline, your olive oil, your shea butter, these are like natural products. They don't have too much of chemicals, unlike some of the products that smell nice. Most of those nice smelling products, they smell nice because of all the perfumes and chemicals that have been added to them. So you also don't want to use sponge or scratching the baby. So if you do all that, you keep the nails short and you make sure that their skin is always moisturized. In other words, you don't dry the skin too thoroughly. You make sure there's always a little layer of water, and then a little bit of the using those moisturizing cream, not the one that have chemicals, or just plain moisturizers. Often, sometimes you have to apply several times in it. Sometimes it helps, but if that is not solving the issue, then you definitely need to see a dermatologist. I hope that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move faster now, because we're almost halfway.
She says her baby is 2 years, 6 months and weighs 14.5. Hope the weight is okay, because it doesn't look chubby.
Okay, so
she's giving the weight that the child did not suck breast.
Oh no, this is not the same baby. Okay, so additional, the weight of your baby is good.
Okay.
Um, that's the weight of an every 2 year old is 14 kg. And I want you to go to our website, www.actipediatrician. If you look on this page now, you will see the website. It's written there in the screen. If you go to www.actipediatricians.com, you will read. I want you to read two articles. One, what is my ideal baby's weight or something. Where was that the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, something
Yes,
like
yes.
that about the,
So,
yeah.
just search for ideal baby weight.
Yeah, so that's number one, so
You should
that you
just
will know, because I want you to be able to calculate it by yourself, so that you don't have to ask your pediatricians all the time, what is my baby's weight and all that. So please read that one. Then number two, read the article I wrote on Help Ped, My Baby is Not Chubby. Because you Nigerian mothers especially, you like babies being chubby. And most of this, your chubbiness is about those babies are actually overweight and obese, which is not what we want. What a pediatrician wants is healthy weight, not just baby being fat
Yeah.
all over the place. Healthy weight. So weight of 14 kilos in a 2 year old is perfect average weight of a 2 year old, which I am happy with. So whether the baby looks chubby or not, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't your baby doesn't have to look chubby. Because I know that a lot of mothers watching now who are also in the same boat. Who are also everybody's always telling you, your baby is not looking fat, your baby is not looking chubby. As if you want to sell the babies or you want to eat their chubbiness. I don't understand.
Yeah,
So
true.
anyway, so please leave this my babies alone. As long as their weight is average for their age. That's why I want you to read the first article so
That's
you will know
fine.
what is ideal weight. We pediatricians are fine. And please don't overfeed the babies. Don't give them junk food. It's not the best for your baby. The best, it's not good for things to be in excess. Too little waste is malnutrition. Overnutrition is also a problem, so we don't want that as well. And when you start it for them when they are babies, it gets programmed into their genes.
Yeah.
Then when they are now older, then you will now
Yes,
start looking for how they will lose weight
straight
as
from
teenagers. Then I don't know, no mothers, I don't know what really was. One time you want them to be over fat, then the next time you want them to lose. Just let the children be healthy,
that's
and I think
it.
that's the most important thing. Thank you, the
All
additional.
right. Okay. Thank you so much. I think that's very clear. Chiduben Igwe. Good morning, doctor. I'm Igwe Lillian. Please, my baby of 2 years and 2 months has bow leg. Please, I want to know if there is something I can give to him. Wow. Or will it straighten out on its own?
Yeah, so it depends on how bowed the leg is. So there's a type of there's a type of bow leg that is still just children growing up and stretching out and there's nothing wrong, but there's a type that is
Yeah.
significantly like rickets and all that. So for you as a mother, I know it may be difficult for you to know whether it's just the one that we don't worry
Sure.
about, or whether it's what we call physiological type, or whether it's due to rickets or some other conditions. So the best option is to see your doctor first, preferably a pediatrician. We have a way of looking at it, and when we look at it, then we will know that this your baby's weight is, I mean, this your baby's legs is within the normal one, or whether it's the one that we need to do something about. So just see the pediatrician first so that you have better reassurance. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Boyede. Stella Omonedo. Is there any drug to give a 3 weeks old baby for stomach pain?
What is stomach pain? I'm sure you mean colic. So there's usually we don't recommend drugs for colic. I will also recommend that you go to our website and read about infant colic, www.actthepediatricians.com. Read about dog, what is colic, and so you understand what colic is and all that. Then when you finish, so basically there's no medication. It's something children have, and with time they outgrow them. Sometimes we give some mild
Yeah.
medications like Infacol. It can work for some babies. It may not work for some as well. So
Others.
just relax. It's one of those things that shall come to pass. Like I always tell mothers, there are some things you don't always have to do
It will
things that
resolve.
just stay there and will come to pass. So just relax, okay? But if you really struggle, because I know especially for first time moms, they can't stand the baby crying and they're like, oh, my baby's in pain. Really, they are not in pain that way. They are just having a little bit of discomfort. I know it's difficult for you to believe the pediatrician when we said that, but that's okay. But just relax. Most time, by the time they are 3 months, those things will be over, and you don't need to worry about it at all. So I'll just say relax, but don't go and buy any medication in the shop. Don't go and buy all the usual stuff. I don't want to mention trade names of products, but because there are some medication we don't recommend. Yeah, so just be careful.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Brady. That's very clear. So Ajakaye Omolola, she wants to know, she says, good morning, ma. Please, what causes convulsion in children and how can it be prevented? Thank you, ma.
Well, that's a big topic. I mean, we need to take that as a whole day topic, or maybe ATP Live, one of these. But we've done that on our Facebook group. So we have a group discussion on conversions. We have a group. Yes. We have our website articles on conversion. I think about 2 or 3, or even 2 or 3 of them. So I will encourage you to read them. But just basically, let's say there are 2 major types of conversion. There's conversion due to fever, when the fever is quite high, and there's a conversion that is associated without any fever. So conversion due to fever is easier because usually it tends to happen in children between 6 months to 6 years of age, and after that they outgrow it. And the best thing to do is that when they're having fever, you don't allow the fever to go so high. You quickly address the fever, and that tends to run in some families. So when children are out in that family, they tend to convulse. That is one kind of conversion. So the best thing is to make sure the fever doesn't go high and treat the underlying cause of the fever. But we also have conversion without fever, what we call epilepsy or seizure disorder, because some people don't like the word epilepsy. There's a lot of stigma around it. But basically, and that's the one that has so many causes. And sometimes we don't even know the cause in epilepsy. And those are the kind of children that require treatment. And so depending on the cause, it may be preventable, it may not be preventable. For example, epilepsy can be due to brain injury. If a child fell and it bleed into the brain or things like that. So that is preventable. So make sure the child don't have head injury. But there are some that we don't even know the cause. Some are genetic. So there's nothing you can do to prevent it. I'm answering the second part of your question now. So I'm trying to summarize all the answers which is a whole topic in 5 minutes. So, but the best thing for Ajakaye Omolola is that you go read those articles. It's more detailed and you have those information. And if you want to know which one, if you want to be more specific on which one your child or maybe this person has, maybe it's due to fever or not, then you can ask more than I can give you more details on that. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Busarilu Atoin is asking, when should Penta 3 be taken?
Penta 3 should be taken at 14 weeks. You see, whereas some mothers don't even know when we should take Penta 3. Okay, so mothers, when you go for your first immunization, when you go for your first immunization, they give you an immunization card. Everybody, whether it's 1 page or whether it's a whole book, you will get one. And in those cards, the nurses would have written the weeks. I mean, in that card, there's already written first immunization is already which is the BCG and the hepatitis B vaccine, and then oral polio. This next immunization is at 6 weeks, Penta 1. And oral polio as well, and then the pneumococcal vaccine. Then the next immunization is at in places where they give you rotavirus, they can also give you at 6 weeks. Then the next one is at 10 weeks. Exactly what you got at 6 weeks, they will give you at 10 weeks. That will be Penta 2, PCV 2, OPV 2. The next immunization is at 14 weeks. So 1 month after 6 weeks. 1 month after 10 weeks, that will be Penta 2. 1 month after Penta 3. Please don't forget. It's very, very important. I think we're looking forward to a way, now that everybody is having mobile phone, maybe you should be getting SMS alerts or something. But immunizations are very, very important that we don't forget. And after that 14 weeks, you take a break until 6 months when your baby will get vitamin A. Then at 9 months, your baby will get measles and yellow fever vaccine. And then at 1 year, they will get vitamin A. They'll be getting vitamin A every 6 months until they are 5 years. So, and there's also immunization for the mothers. You're also supposed to be getting your tetanus toxoid. You're supposed to have 5 doses of tetanus toxoid. So, which also has its own space out, but I will not go into that because I'm a pediatrician today. Anyway, but basically, you also need to take your own vaccine. And it's very, very important that we take vaccines so that our children can be protected against, I mean, the most, how will I put it, the most painful thing for any pediatrician to watch is to see a baby die from something you can prevent. And really, that's one of the things that drive us on Ask a Pediatrician. So we should not be having children die from things that are preventable, things that are free, things that doesn't cost us anything. And I can tell you, I've witnessed quite a number of children die from tetanus. Tetanus is a vaccine preventable disease. And yes, our children are dying from tetanus. I mean, it's so, I'm like, this vaccine, tetanus is not going to cost anything, it's free. And yet, when a child has tetanus, we spend hundreds of thousands of naira, and sometimes we are unable to even save the child. We're unable to save the child. It's always so painful for us. Sometimes those children need to go to ICU. A mother that cannot take a vaccine that is free will now go and be paying 250,000 deposits for ICU just for a child with tetanus. And this, I'm just trying to bring that out to highlight how important it is for you to take tetanus vaccine. And these children actually need the booster doses. They actually need the booster doses, which unfortunately the Nigerian government is not yet giving, but you can go for them. And we are really hoping that we'll begin to get the booster doses for tetanus vaccines. But please, even the one that's available, let us go for them. God will help us. All right. Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Brady. That was quite fascinating. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. What's Nelu saying? Nelu, your question is incomplete. You say baby is 7 months and
has not the age of her baby. She has asked a question before. She was asking whether she can still breastfeed her baby. I don't know why you were not able to breastfeed. Having a baby through CS doesn't mean you cannot breastfeed. You should breastfeeding your surgeries on your abdomen or your uterus. It has nothing to do with your breast. It has nothing to do with your breast. And I think the problem is our nurses. I'm coming for you today. The fact that a mother has CS does not mean she cannot breastfeed her baby. I know some mothers, and because what normally happens is that when those mothers have CS, mom is tired, mom is in pain, I will understand, and the nurses want quick. I know the nurses are going to come for me very soon. They give the baby formula. And then the mother, because the breastfeeding initially within 1 hour is what causes milk lets down. If a baby is not put to the breast, the milk is not going to come down. And that is why it's important that the fact that a mother has CS does not mean most CS diseases are done under regional anesthesia. So the mother is awake, so she's not sleeping. I know the mother may be uncomfortable. Let's give them generous doses of analgesia and let them breastfeed their babies. And mothers, you too, don't be too comfortable. The fact that I'm in pain, then you don't want to breastfeed your baby, because once you don't start that breastfeeding, then the breast is not flowing. Then you go back home, you are tired, you are in pain, you have had surgery, then you don't want to breastfeed. That's what normally happens. But before you know it, then the breast lactation is not established, and then the baby don't breastfeed. I've had many women do CS in Luz, where I was working before. Once you do CS, within 1 hour, your baby is put to your breast. You will breastfeed. And people should forget the fact that you are not eating does not mean you cannot breastfeed. That is another lie. The fact that you have CS and you are not eating does not mean you cannot breastfeed, because you are being given fluids. When you are not eating, the doctors are giving you IV fluids, and as long as you're having fluid, your breast will flow. It is not the food you are eating that goes into your breasts that produce milk. It is an hormone thing. It's your baby sucking on the breast, and as long as there's water or fluid in your blood, in your body body will produce breast milk. Those are the things that lead to all this kind of scenario. Then by the time moms are going home, then the mother just continue with the formula, and then that's it. And then breastfeeding is not established. So please, even if you have CS, request for it that your baby should be brought to you. Your baby should be brought to you, and you request that you want to breastfeed your baby. Sometimes there's time I had my baby in one private hospital. I actually have my baby in the government hospital. And they just want to keep my baby away from me. And I told they kept saying, baby with them. I told them, please bring my baby to me. I'm a pediatrician. I want my baby with me, room in. Yes, I told them they were initially doing all those, some private hospitals, they were doing all those in Nigerian hospitals, especially. I told them, I called the doctor who is the gynecologist. I want my baby with me. Tell them that you are dealing with a pediatrician here. I'm not going to breastfeed my baby when you keep the baby away from me. Even seeing your baby will simulate that breastfeeding and all. I know they are trying to protect you, make you relax, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. But really, it's not the best. The best is for you to have your baby with you, and it will help you to get over your pain quickly. I'm telling you the truth. So Nelo, I'm not so sure whether you still want to reestablish lactation, but I know it's possible, but whether you want to go through it is what I'm not sure.
Okay, Dr. Paediatrician, I want to say something. There's something that happens when you have a baby via CS. You're told not to move your neck and move your body and all of those. Could that be one of the reasons why the nurses would not want you to breastfeed, because you can't move per se?
No, nobody ever say you can't move your body. And I never heard about that. You are supposed to lie on your back for 1 hour, and you can breastfeed while lying on your back. Trust me. You can breastfeed on your back while lying. You can move your neck. Nobody say you don't move your neck. See, have you watched those videos, our breastfeeding videos? If you put your baby on your tummy, what we recommend, that baby will migrate to the breast and attach to the breast. You don't even need to do anything. The baby will properly put his mouth on that breast and suck. He doesn't need you to handle him. He doesn't need you to do anything. I mean, go and watch those breastfeeding videos. That is how God has created it. So please, that is not an excuse. I know a lot of mothers that have CS go through all these issues. They always have this issue, and it's always a fight. But we can get our babies breastfed. I am telling you, because now baby is 7 months and she's still struggling with breastfeeding. Those are the issues. Additional is asking about okababa and soya beans. There's nothing wrong with that. You can give your baby that. You need to go to the units. That's why I took time to explain to you why you need to go to the units.
Okay, so this is Toyosi. Toyosi says, good morning, doctors. I want to ask a question. My boy of 21 months has been running temperature since 2 days. Although I'm giving paracetamol, but he's very active and feeds very well. Do I need to worry about it? Because I'm thinking he is teething.
Toyosi, never assume teething as a cause of fever. Never. I mean, that's something I'm sure Vera is smiling because she knows me and mothers. I think we fought that teething battle for a while, and I think we are beginning to win.
Yeah.
It is the most dangerous assumption under the planet to assume that your baby is having fever and it's because of teething. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Because there are 1,001 things that could, and teething doesn't cause that kind of high fever. If your baby is having fever for 2 days and the fever is still there, despite the fact that you're giving paracetamol, please take the baby to the hospital. There are many things that could cause fever. It could be malaria, it could be infection, it could be meningitis. One of the things that could be so heartbreaking for a pediatrician is to have to tell a mother, why didn't you come yesterday? Why didn't you come 2 days ago? I mean, because if you have come that time, you have been able to save your baby. You understand? And there are some diseases that you have to treat from day one. If you come day 2, we are too late. And I'm thinking of things like infection, especially infection it's okay, give paracetamol, but after 48 hours, 24 hours is for me. If after 24 hours the fever is still high, please take the child to the hospital. Let the doctor see the child. Teething don't cause high fever. Teething fever is not going to be. I lost a mother, and I'm not saying this to you, directly. I'm saying it to all the mothers because I know there are lots of mothers in that boat who always assume every fever is teething. Especially my Nigerians from the south side or from the west, we are very fond of that. We are very guilty. Yes, anything the child is having cough is teething. The child is having diarrhea is teething. The child is having fever is teething. Is teething causing all this problem? And I think I've written quite a lot of articles, a lot of memos
Yeah,
on teaching
multiple.
to
It's
the
just the
mothers.
process
If
that
you
the
go
child
to our
needs to
website,
go
you can
through.
read all my memos about teaching and all that. And I've even taken time to explain. I think we've even done ATP live on teaching, on its teaching alone. So you can watch our
Yes.
previous ATP live on teaching. Please, mothers, don't always assume teaching. In fact, in medical balance, I would say teaching should be your diagnosis of exclusion. In other words, it is after you've excluded other things that you can now say, okay, maybe it's teaching, but I'm not even sure it's teaching anything. So don't assume teaching. Number one, a child is having fever. Teaching should be the last thing on your mind. The first thing you should think of,
But
oh,
that's usually the first thing.
no, it should be the
I said
last. Because
unfortunately, it's
teaching,
usually the first thing.
the
It's quite
research shows that
unfortunate.
even with teaching, the child fever doesn't go above 38, which is not a high
True.
fever. The child will just be warm to touch, not really. But a child who is having fevers for 20, more than 48 hours that you are giving paracetamol and the fever is still there, is not sitting. Trust me, that child needs to be seen by a doctor. Please. So thank you. I believe you know. Don't worry, but go to the hospital. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Dr. Brady.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Dari Osho. Good morning. My 3-month-old had cold and catarrh. I took him to the hospital. He was given Septrin, amoxicillin, and PCM. But the cough is back again. Can I administer the Septrin suspension again?
No. Thank you for asking that question, Esther. And one of the things mothers do, which I think is good, that I'm happy you asked that question, is we try to copy and paste and replicate treatment. So you've come to see Dr. Boyede,
Yes.
yes, maybe 2 months ago, your child had
1 week
cough and
one
Dr.
month
Boyede
ago.
gave days. Then the next time your child is having cough, or even not even your own child, if it's another child that has it, you just said, this is what
Just
doctor gave
take
me
this.
last time. Oh. It is a very, very wrong approach.
Oh no.
Hello, can you hear me now? Yeah. So it is a very, very wrong approach. Vera, can you hear me? Can somebody hear me so that I can continue?
Network is not friendly this morning.
Vera, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, thank you, because
Yes,
I
yes, I
think
can.
my internet was misbehaving. Okay, so we're
Yeah,
talking
it went
about
off.
a child who was given a particular medication before, and the mother is repeating that medication. It's a very wrong approach. Don't even do that, because there are many reasons. The father is what mothers need to understand, or what parents need to understand, is that for every symptom that your child has, there are like hundreds of causes. A child who has cough could have infection, which is what your doctor is treating with antibiotics. But the child could also have a heart disease. The child could also have even something in the abdomen. The child could have so many things. You understand? So don't just assume that it is the infection and you just go and replicate. And number two, the fact that you want to replicate antibiotics means you want to go and buy it by yourself without a doctor's prescription. That is another thing. That is antibiotics abuse, which is what we have been talking about. Please never use antibiotics without a doctor's prescription. And you can only ask that question in Nigeria anyway, because in Nigeria, anybody can walk
Yeah,
into a
yeah, that's
shop
where you can
and
get
buy Septrin.
it.
In other countries, even next door Ghana, you're not going to get that antibiotic sold to you without a doctor's prescription. But I know we are going to
True.
get there in Nigeria, where we will get a day where we will not be
Amen.
able to sell antibiotics without, because that's why the drugs are not working, because a lot
Yeah,
of
I
mothers have
understand.
abused antibiotics. You are asking now. A lot of mothers don't
True.
ask. They will just have bought it. I know mothers who give their children anti-malaria, whether they have malaria or not, every 3 months. Some even
Every
give
month.
antibiotics to whether they have it or not every 3 months. Those are the things. So those children will eventually not be able to, when they now really need those drugs, they're not going to respond to them, because you have used them when they don't need them, and their body would have developed, resistance to them. So these are the things we're talking about. So don't do that. Very, very wrong. Don't do that. And then I'm also worried about your 3 months old having cough and catarrh several times within. I mean, 3 months old should not be having cough and catarrh. I don't know whether you are exclusively breastfeeding your baby or not. You should if you are not, you should be doing that, because one of the reasons why babies have acute respiratory tract infection is when they are not being exclusively breastfed. Because when they're exclusively breastfed, they get a lot of this protection. This is one of the reasons we are shouting and shouting breastfeeding, because it helps protect your baby against all these ARIs and all that. So, um, uh, Esther, kindly see your pediatrician first, go back to the doctor, and let's together with your doctor figure out why is your baby having so much respiratory tract infection. Keep your baby warm, breastfeed exclusively, keep baby away from people. Is your baby also going to crutch? Babies that go to crutch also are prone, or daycare, they are prone to having all these respiratory tract infection. So you just look at the underlying cause first, address them. The solution is not giving Septrin amoxicillin all the time. It is making sure we don't even have to do that. I hope that will help. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Thank you,
where are
Dr.
we now?
Brede. Thank you, Dr. for helping with that question.
We have so many questions this morning, Vera. So if I've answered a question before, I'm going to skip it, because that means we won't have time to answer it, because I'm seeing some repetitive questions. What you need to do is watch the video. We can put it on a watch party again, so that you can listen to the old answer. Yeah.
Okay. So please, Omalara Pardon is asking, is it normal for a 5-month-old baby to be drooling? And when do I get worried if he's not sitting on his own?
If your 5-month-old is drooling, it depends. So that's another how severe the drooling is. It could be from a child who is about to start popping out there. If there's no other developmental disorder, I will not worry. But the fact that you're also worried about whether your baby is sitting or not, I'm wondering, is your baby having some other developmental issue? Anyway, most babies should sit about 6 to 8 months. So if your baby's development is delayed, and the baby is also now drooling. So, for example, if your baby doesn't have neck control now and is drooling, I'm worried about that. You should see a pediatrician. But if your baby is having neck control, development is fine, and the drooling is not like the baby is soaking every beep every hour or something like that, you don't need to worry. But if the child is really drooling bad, that you are changing beep 10 times a day or things like that, you really should take the child to see a pediatrician, because even the drooling from teething is not like it will be soaking. I know babies that they will soak babes. Those are the kind of children I see as the developmental pediatrician. No, that's one is significant brain issue. And especially if your baby already has something that happened as birth. Because the way you ask your question, I'm worried whether they've told you to watch out for some of these things. Then in that case, you really need to see a pediatrician. Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Okay, Zainab, we're not going to ask your question. This is a child health question. It's about child health. So see your own doctor. Thank you. Okay, Vera, go ahead.
Okay. Demisola Atilola. Good morning, Dr. Demisola. Was sad my baby was giving him in his thigh every 2 hours. But I came across another mother who said they were instructed never to massage where she took her baby to. Please, ma, which one is correct? To massage or not to massage an immunization site?
Not to massage. You are not to massage. You are not supposed to massage it. I don't know who told you to massage. I mean, that's wrong. All you need to do is to apply ice block if it is swollen. Otherwise, just leave it alone. There's nothing. See, that's another thing, Vera. We need to standardize information that we give. I know where this is coming from. We have different cadre of health professionals. No, not nurses.
Yeah.
Most of the centers are not nurses.
No, wait, I've had multiple information from two different, let me just say healthcare professionals. They tell you two different things. So that's where this is coming from, really.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. And there are some things in medicine that there is no consensus. So everybody has their own school of thought or their own opinion. But there are some things that, things like massaging, everything should have scientific evidence. So this one is no. So please, you're not supposed to massage. You're supposed to even when your child has a fall and they bleed, they have a swollen head, you are not supposed to massage it. There's not all this massage is usually worse because most of those, the principle behind these things is that the swelling of the immunization or the swelling of the head is bleeding. The blood vessels have crushed
Okay, then
and they
you
are
put
bleeding.
down
So
this.
when you massage, you're actually releasing the blood the more. All you need to do is to apply something that can stop the bleeding. Usually ice pack will be fine.
Okay.
So we want to stop the bleeding, but your massaging is actually going to make it worse. So that's the science behind that.
True.
All right. So please don't
Yeah, thank you
massage
so much. I'm sure that helped.
my namesake. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Okay. So Samuta Akwani, hello ma'am. What can I give to my 10-month-old baby to boost his appetite and energy? And also, what can I use to clean his teeth?
To boost appetite, just give your baby food. There's no drug, if that's what you're asking, and there's no appetite boosting drug. What you need to do, go through the nutrition 102 course of complementary feeding, variety, and being creative and all that. Those are the things you need to do in terms of making sure that your baby keep on eating. Don't give monotonous food and things like that. About the cleaning of the teeth, once your baby has even one tooth, you should start using the toothbrush and the toothpaste. That's what the dentists recommend. Before they have teeth, you can just clean the tongue and the gums with your a clean cloth and water. Once they have, even if it's only one tooth, it is toothpaste and toothbrush. Using soft toothbrush and toothpaste, but you need to go to our website. I mean, the dentists have recommended the grain size. The quantity of toothpaste is have to be grain size and have to be fluoride containing toothpaste of certain amount. Preferably the mixed teeth toothpaste will be adequate for you. All right.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
I'm sure you are planning. Yes.
Okay. So maybe so I just answer your own question as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's good.
We'll let that go. Okay. Adejola Esther Olaoluwa. Morning. What caused the flu for a baby of 5 months, and what to do if you see it's like 1 month with that flu?
What do you mean by flu? I guess maybe you are living in one of those countries that have flu,
Yes.
because I don't know. You need to clarify, but basically, it's still the same way I answered the other person's question, asking about child coughing and all that. I think I was a little bit elaborate on things that could make a child have respiratory tract infections. And the best thing is protect those babies, breastfeeding, no crash if possible, no smoking in the house, no exposure to other people with respiratory tract infection, cough, catarrh, and all the rest. And keep your baby warm. Those are the things we need to do. If you do that, your baby should not be having, babies on breast milk with the first 6 months should not be having any of these flu or respiratory tract infection and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Please, ma, what is the cause of pigmentation and how do we treat it?
What do you mean by pigmentation? Pigmentation where? Which part of the body? In a child, in an adult? So it's a very, very there's some pigmentation that is due to, that's how you are born. They are birth marks and there's something you're going to do about them. There are some that are due to other things. So you really need to be more specific for us to be able to answer your question. But the best thing, if you are not sure, see a doctor or preferably a dermatologist and they'll help you. Yeah. All right, with
Okay,
our
so
time,
Chinwe, I help you.
we need to rush now.
Yeah. Okay, so doc, my 9-month-old has been vomiting for the past 3 weeks, loss of appetite, refused formula milk after exclusive, and food in general. We had our last checkup 3 days back, and the pediatrician said it's teeth. She was placed on iron supplement, and me too. Now our poop are hard. How can I handle this, doc?
Okay, number one, a child who is vomiting for 3 weeks is not eating. And I always tell mothers, it's not every person you see in a hospital that is a pediatrician. So the fact that you see a doctor or even any other healthcare professional, I'm sure a pediatrician will not tell you that your baby who is not eating for 3 weeks, who is vomiting for 3 weeks, is having. You can inbox me the name of the pediatrician so that we know. Well, definitely, I'm sure that's not possible. Anyway, so and obviously from what you say, if he's sitting there, why is the pediatrician giving you iron supplement? I mean, you can say there's a gap in your in the whatever. I
Yes.
mean, let's just say that. So iron, what your baby is having now is side effect of the iron, so which is possible. The first thing is to know whether the iron supplementation is even justified. You see that they did a blood test and your baby's blood is low, and that's why they're giving you iron supplements. I don't know. So I would just say give a lot more water, give a lot more fruits, because what you are saying now, your baby is only on formula, and I don't know. Anyway, and okay, you said food in general. So you need to give a lot more fruits, food rich in fiber, lots of water, and that may help with the constipation. And be sure in your mind with your pediatrician that this iron supplement is actually necessary. In other words, your baby's blood level is low or not. If not, then you can actually stop it, but you should discuss with the doctor who wrote it for you first.
Okay. Yaya Samson. Good morning, doctor. My son who is a year and 4 months old is refusing solids. He prefers his mother's breast milk. What can we do to make him eat?
Okay, so like I said, this is a recurrent question we get all the time. It depends on the way you are. Yeah, your baby say 1 year. By 1 year, your baby should be fully on adult feed. So, how did you start? How did you start your complementary feeding? So, if you've mixed it at the beginning, you have to work a lot much harder now to make sure that the baby, you get it correctly. I will encourage you to do our course on nutrition. I will encourage you to do our course on complementary feeding so that you can see what kind of food do you give your child and how do you give it, how often do you give it, how do you mix it. There's so many information that I can't just do that. But don't be thinking that most mothers are always looking for the easy way out. They think maybe there's one medication that Dr. Wemi will just say, go and buy this. Once you buy it, your baby will eat it like a product. It's nothing like that. Just take it from me. Whether you like, give all the multivitamins in the world. You may not make your baby eat. You still have to give food. Your baby needs to eat all the food. So you really need to, I will encourage you to do that nutrition 102 course, and then that may be helpful. Yeah. Let's move on. Time.
Okay. Yeah. She sweats. I think this person, I'm not sure. She sweats a lot and she's beginning to have pale skin.
I'm not sure whether we've seen the beginning part of no response. Okay, yeah, I can see her question now. Okay, yeah, she was the one that said pediatricians say child is sitting after vomiting. Okay, have pale skin. Having pale skin is not enough to give a child iron supplement. That baby needs to have a blood test done, because the only way you will know that your baby's blood level are okay is doing another blood test after the treatment. So, and I'm really worried about your baby. Your baby is sweating, is vomiting, is having pale skin. These babies is not sitting. Sitting is not the cause of this child's problem. I can tell you that without even seeing the baby. 3 weeks of vomiting and pale skin and sweating is not sitting. Just take it from me. I'm not sure who you saw, but I would rather encourage you to go to a government hospital and let a proper doctor see your baby, because it's not every hospital that there are a lot of fake people around. So better see somebody who is a professional, because I think your baby has more issues than what whoever saw your baby is telling you. I'm seriously thinking about that. All right. Silva.
My baby of 3 weeks birth. That's quite incomplete.
Yeah, okay.
Who's 3 frequently since birth?
Okay, it depends on how often. So it's 8 to 12 times a day. I know it looks a lot to you, but that is normal. 8 to 12 times of normal stool is okay for a newborn baby. That is not a lot. So relax, Fosa. Just leave your baby. Just be ready to pay the
more diapers.
Yes, Gloria, I agree with you. You really need to go for a second opinion. I'm not even sure. I'm still very, very, until I'm proven otherwise, I'm very sure a pediatrician is not the one that told you that all those symptoms you saw in your baby is sitting. That is never, I'm yet to see a pediatrician who is going to say that. I mean, the person, I'm not sure it's a pediatrician. You have to be very careful to make sure you know the person you are saying. If you are not sure, at least government hospital may not be touche, they may not have all those hotel services, but they always have the best professionals. I can assure you that, because the best tend to be in the teaching hospitals, and most of the government hospitals they are very sure of the professionals they have. Sometimes in private hospitals, you are not sure who is who. We are not sure who is man. Sometimes the real person is not there. It's just anybody that can cover. But when you go to a government hospital, you can be sure you are going to see true professionals, because that's the government really knows who they employ. It's not like private hospital. So you better try your government hospital. I think that may be better. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do you so much good. I agree with that. Sunrise Anthony, please, what can I do to a 1-year-old who cries when I leave the room till I'm back inside?
My 4-year-old still cries. I mean, that is perfectly normal. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Oh my goodness. So okay, Anthony, I'm sure this is a dad, or is it a mom? Surely it's a dad. There's nothing wrong with the
Sounds
phone.
like
And
a
the child
dad.
is just scared. I mean, even sometimes my 4-year-old, even my 9-year-old son will come to my room and say, "Mom, I don't want to stay alone. I want to stay with me." So there's nothing absolutely wrong with that. Just reassure the child. What I do is
Okay.
stay with the child until they sleep. And when they finish, when they are already gone deep into sleep, then you leave the room. I mean, there's nothing, I mean, that is perfectly normal. It's not a disease. Don't worry. Okay,
There's
let's
no
move on.
problem at all.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
my baby has started already. Can a week and a half old baby take nospermine for stomach pain? We've answered
Uh,
this already.
we don't recommend it.
Something
We
close.
pediatricians don't recommend it. Yeah. I don't want to mention names because of the manufacturer. I don't want them to come for me, but we don't recommend it.
Okay, so Bipsy Yog is saying, "Good morning, ma. Please, how long can a woman that has CS stay before getting pregnant again? That's for your own doctor, not for
Yeah, but
a
usually
pediatrician."
it concerns us as pediatricians, because when mothers who are CS get pregnant too quickly, their baby is at risk. We end
Yeah,
up
tell
having
you
that baby with us.
okay,
So we
okay,
usually
true,
wait
true.
like
So it's no
2 years.
problem.
2 years, yeah. So there are some things that concern both the gynecologists and pediatrician, because we are the one that will take care of the other baby that will be
The baby.
not, that your womb is not yet ready to carry. So please, we don't want baby to come too early. We don't want
Attention to
to deal with
yes.
them baby. So please wait like 2 years. There's no hurry. Thank you. Eat properly. I mean, even for the normal person who didn't have CS, that's what we recommend as well. Space your baby like 18 to
Yeah.
21 months. But the person who has CS, if possible, should even make it longer so that your womb could heal properly. But at least 2 years is okay. All right, we're rounding up now. We'll answer all the questions that has come in during our normal time. Then after that, we stop. Okay, so that we can round
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Paraji Benedicta, month old, has no teeth. Sure, she wants to know if she should be worried.
Not to worry. There are some 1 year old who don't have teeth, and the dentists are not worried. They say some babies may not have teeth until like 1 year, 13 months. But usually, the dentists recommend that you see them by the time your baby is 1 year old, anyway, for the first dental assessment. So it's not a problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. You have seen an adult without teeth before. Everybody always will eventually have teeth. Don't worry.
No
All right, so we're
problem.
ending up now. Thank you for staying with us.
Okay, Chidu. Okay, please, ma. I've tried to make my baby of 2 years to use his potty when he wants to use that. It's when he wants to use that on his clothes. Please, how can I stop this?
Okay, so different children are ready at different times for potty training. That's the honest truth. I know it could be very frustrating, but some children are not ready until they are 3 years old. So you just keep on trying, make it interesting. When he sits on the poo, give him a toy, give him a something interesting to play with, that you will take his mind off the fact that he's sitting on
Comfortable.
the potty. And the first thing is to get him to sit on the potty, whether he poo or not. And you may have to keep just taking him to the potty maybe every 2 hours. You must do it during the holiday period when you have time, when you are also going to be there, so that you can start that
Yes.
habit. And then you make it very interesting. I think we will try and put up something on the group. I don't know whether we have one right now where you can see how to go through the potty training thing. But you have to know that children may not, you may be ready, but the child may not be ready. And there's nothing absolutely wrong with
The
that.
child
And there's
may
children
not
who
be
also have
ready.
developmental challenges, take time, more than the average child. Okay.
Thanks, doctor. How I wish my wife can be watching now to hear clearly from you on my baby's chubbiness. My question is that my 5-month-old daughter is having her right breast so hard and reddish after rubbing it. She had been taken to the hospital. Wow. Prince, you can invite your wife. This is not a problem. So Dr. Boyede, he's saying his wife he would have loved his wife to hear about you, healthy babies and not chubby
Yeah,
babies.
I've seen it.
And he's
Yeah.
also saying
Yeah.
right
I've seen
breast
the
is something
question.
hard.
Yeah, I think was your babies, were you guys massaging the breast of the baby? I mean, because some mothers do that because that's usually the commonest cause of that. Anyway, the solution now is I'm happy they've taken the child to the hospital. Is that what you said?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what
So good.
he said.
It's good. They will take care of it. But obviously the child is not having what we call cellulitis. And so you need to take the child to, I'm happy they've taken the child to the hospital. I'm sure the doctor will prescribe the appropriate antibiotics. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
we're going home now. Okay, Tuyasi is giving me a feedback on the previous question she asked. Temperature of 37.1 is normal. That's not fever.
Right.
So, Tuyasi, let her tell you what the normal temperature is. Normal temperature is 36.5 to 37.5. Anything between that time, between that is normal. Whether you feel it or you don't feel it. So if you think your baby is warm and you check the temperature and it's still less than 37.5, that's normal. You don't need to give the paracetamol. You don't need to do anything. But if it is having more than 37.5, usually 38, 39, that is fever. And that is when you really need, that's when I say you really need to take the child to the hospital. So I think I've answered your question. Yeah, okay. Final.
Okay, so Edna, the last question. My 18-month-old toddler has had measles 2 weeks ago after taking vitamin A vaccination. It looks okay now, but how do I know the measles is completely out of his body?
Okay, mothers and association. The fact that your baby took vitamin A has nothing to do with the fact that the child has measles. I don't understand why you brought in the fact that the child has this after taking vitamin A. Vitamin
Mothers
is
always
actually
this.
good that your baby. It's actually good that your baby had measles after taking vitamin A because vitamin A actually helps to make sure that the measles is not as bad. Because one of the complications of measles is blindness, and that blindness has to do with the fact that the lining of the eyes is so dry, So vitamin A actually help with the lining of the eyes, to make sure that doesn't happen. So it's actually a good thing that your baby. In fact, any child who has measles, we give them vitamin A as part of the treatment. So it's good that your baby had the vitamin A anyway. Anyway, once your child has measles, the child has measles. Once the rashes are cleared, the measles is out of his body. So I don't know what you mean by the measles is completely out of his body. There's no other way you will know. Measles is a viral infection. It starts and it stops, and that's the end of it. Unless your baby didn't have measles, because it's not every rash that is measles. And most Nigerian mothers, apologies, always assume once the child has rashes, it is measles. It may not necessarily be measles. And have your baby taking measles vaccine? That's the most important thing for me. If your baby has not taken measles vaccine, you should go and take it. And usually sometimes we do measles campaign where we give all children 9 months to 5 years measles vaccine again. In that case, make sure your baby still take that one. So that's the way to protect your baby. So, but don't worry yourself about whether the measles is out of his body. And please, the way you say it, I hope you're not talking about just rashes, because not every rash is measles. And if that rash happen again, trust me, it is not measles. You should go and see your doctor. Okay, I think okay, Gloria has given us a feedback. Thank you. Yeah, Ken, your baby is always sick. Please see a pediatrician. I mean, there's no way we will know what it is until you see a pediatrician. Yeah. Thank you. I think we're done, Vera. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so,
Yeah.
so,
This
so
one,
much, Dr. Boyede.
Linda Chonu, go to our unit and do the course. We see all the answers to your question there. I'm just being perfectionistic to make sure that we.
We have tried to answer everybody's question.
Yeah, okay. I'm just giving one line comment on everybody. Okay, teacher, why don't you go back to your pediatrician for follow-up? You've seen the doctor, your child have been treated, feet and hands are paining. I think it's better you go back for follow-up. Let them check the child again and make sure everything is fine. Okay, Rashida, how to boost immunity? You need to take all your immunization, adequate nutrition, keep your baby protected, and that will help. Okay, 6 months old with laryngomalacia. No, it won't affect the speech. Finally, I've ended all the questions. No,
Well
it's,
done, Dr. Boye.
so we
I'll give you
finished
a clap.
20 minutes.
All right, viewers, thank you for staying with us. Thank you for enjoying our show. Thank you for your questions. We do hope that it's been a very wonderful 1 hour and impactful 1 hour for you. For me, I've learned a lot today, and I'm so grateful to you, Dr. Boyede. And I'm sure our viewers are also very grateful to you. It's been a very, very, very rewarding
Yeah,
1 hour for
yeah.
us. Okay, so this program was brought to you by Ask the Pediatricians Foundation, and you can look us up on our Facebook group. We have a group wall on the Facebook group and Facebook page. So just type on Ask the Pediatricians and you'll find us there. For those of us who would watch these videos when we put it up on the watch party or on YouTube, we will not be able to take your questions live because this is the live show and it's ending right up now. But you could go online, go to our group and ask your questions, your child health related questions on the group. And of course, our moderators and professionals will be ready to attend to you then. So, Dr. Boyede, do you have any final words for us today?
All right, thank you so much, Vera. Thank you, everyone, for having us. I just want to re-emphasize the fact that the program actually is supposed to be 1 hour. We have overshot ourselves by 20 minutes. But if you still have questions, just like Vera said, please go to our Facebook group. If you drop it here, I will not be able to see it. I will not be able to answer it after this, after we are offline. So what you need to do is to go to our Facebook group, and we're available 24/6, 24 hours, Monday to Saturday. We take a break on
Yeah.
Sunday, so don't be upset if you don't answer, if you can't post your questions on Sunday. But you can
Yeah.
always see us on Mondays to Saturdays. Post your question there. We have lots of professionals. We have very well trained moderators who will make sure that we answer your questions. You can also visit our website if you don't want to do Facebook, and you can also visit our YouTube channel, Ask the Pediatrician YouTube channel, so that you can watch old videos. Most of the questions some of us are asking now are questions that we've answered before, so you can
Yes.
get them on our previous edition. And if you want to support, you can advertise your products and services on ATP Live. We'll be very excited. If you are working with any media corporation or you want to be partners with us, we will be very excited to make sure that we take this program to all the mothers. So if you want to reach us, you can send us an email on askthepediatricians@gmail.com, askthepediatricians@gmail.com, or askthepediatricians.com. We'll be very, very happy to partner with you. So I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has joined us this morning. And if you also want to support us, just want to bless Ask the Pediatricians, we have our account details. We also have our GoFundMe, because we also, beyond what we do online, we also go to the communities to do outreaches. We will be very happy. If you email us, we'll send you all the details as well. So thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful Saturday. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Doctor.